Nick?
Yeah.
First off, congratulations.
Thank you.
Was there ever a doubt?
There was. Before I answer that,
Sure. Okay, Here we go.
I'd like to say something about the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, this is...
Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni. Doubted you both going into the year and at various times throughout the year. You should be incredibly proud. Jalen Hurts was spectacular. He was great in all facets of the game.
Yeah.
Mature beyond his years. The moment was never too big for him. And he legitimately struck fear in my heart throughout that game that I thought at any given moment he could make a game-breaking play. Nick Sirianni. You stayed true to yourself of the fourth downs, the aggressiveness, the analytics, staying true to exactly who you want to be, and it almost won you a Super Bowl. So the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni should not be ashamed. Because it ain't their fault.
Okay.
There was never a doubt. True. You know why? Because Patrick bleeping Mahomes was on the other side of the ball. Down 10, going into the second half against the best defense in the league, he played literally the perfect half of football. Culminating in this moment right here on one leg against a ferocious pass rush. I would argue the single most iconic play of his storied career. Right there.
Really?
5 years in, 2 rings, 2 MVPs, 2 Super Bowl MVPs. His worst season is a Pro Bowl appearance, a division title, and an AFC Championship game overtime loss. His best season is setting the record for most yards in a season and then playing a perfect postseason despite being injured the entire time. And that is where I will now ask we all rise.
We're not.
Yes, please. Let's rise and let's give this moment. Please, can you rise and give this moment the absolute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why am I rising?
Because pay tribute. Drop the banner. Oh, yeah. Patrick Mahomes. The best we've ever seen. Keep it up, fellas. Yeah. Pretty good. In the banner. Gotta tell you, bro. Okay, he was pretty good. So, Brew, I'll give the floor to you. But he's the best we've ever seen.
Well, let me say this to the audience,
Yeah.
because I'm in the dark. Like, they think this is all planned out, like we all know what's going on. I'm just as surprised as you guys are. All right, but I'm on the record.
Yeah.
He is the best we've ever seen.
You're right, he is. You're right, he is, Brew. That's a great take by you. That is a great take by you.
I'm in the dark.
He's the best we've
now
ever seen.
I'm worried about what's coming next. All right, I've said this before, but Nick, if you're pulling against him, you are in total fear, all right, of Patrick Mahomes. If you're pulling for him, you have total confidence. I've only felt this way watching 2 guys. I'm not trying to get in debating. Barry Bonds, when he hit 73 homers, he's going to homer. Michael Jordan, period. Like, you just can't bet against this guy, and he is. I think if he retired today, Nick, he would be the 3rd best quarterback ever.
100% agree.
I got Brady,
Montana, Mahomes.
and him.
It's done.
Yep. If he retired today, obviously he's not. He's got plenty of time left. And so
It's not too much.
There's so much confetti.
Oh, yeah.
I know. My tea is gone. Brother, get some more tea.
Have a little bit more. Go ahead.
No,
Third best ever already.
3rd best ever
Through
already.
5 years.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
I'll give my point.
Yeah.
All right. I said down 10 going into the second half. I'm like, this is a chance for a legendary performance. He was in real pain here, and I feel like he played so well in the second half that we are almost dismissing it. But when I saw him get hurt here, everyone held their breath, and I was like, you know what? We're on the verge of ruining a great Super Bowl. Don't get me wrong, I know anything is possible, but I was nervous when I saw him go to the bench and let out a real pain and like put his head on the coach there. I was super nervous. Then he comes out, Nick. 24 points. His completion percentage, 93%, 126 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a passer rating of 134.
He was perfect.
Perfect passer.
I thought it was a legendary performance. Now, do I think we need all of this?
All of what?
I think it's going to get. I do know what's going on. It's a lot.
I will add this. He's got the Heisman moments, if you will. And you mentioned him. He's going to do whatever it takes to win.
Yep. Yes.
Usually we would think it's with his arm, but the last 2 games it's been with his legs. And to do it on
one leg,
a bad ankle, both times, like that run you showed, that is phenomenal. And
at this point, ridiculous. You come to expect it. This is where he and Brady are the only 2 quarterbacks we've ever seen like this, where they unquestionably play better the bigger the moment and the bigger the deficit. And then when you incorporate the fact that they now do have 2 in 4 years, by the start of this season, Mahomes will probably be the 10th highest paid quarterback in the league.
That's amazing.
They had a rookie score a touchdown in the first half and a rookie score a touchdown in the second half. They had a second-year player they got mid-season who they're paying nothing, have the longest punt return in NFL Super Bowl history. They are set up for the dynasty that I have promised, which makes me look to the heavens and just wonder if we have a way to officially announce a dynasty. I'm thinking we do. I'm thinking we do have a dynasty. You know what, bro? We got it for you. Drop the next banner, because we have a dynasty in the making. It's undeniable the dynasty is coming. I think we have a dynasty banner we can drop. There it is. Chiefs dynasty. It started the day he stepped on the field, and it'll end, God only knows. Bro, you've been hesitant. You tried to call it a mini dynasty. It's a dynasty.
At this moment in time, Nick, this is where we part ways. It's still a mini dynasty. It's still a mini. Now, I am with you that it will be a dynasty.
Well, then just say it.
But it's not yet.
Well, yeah, but if you're saying you're...
No, I think it's hard to imagine because, I know you've said he's on pace to do this, and that. But Brady, as I said, if you just go from his first 5 years, as we're doing with Mahomes, he was on pace to win 13 Super Bowls. And here's the proof, Nick. And as much as I like Mahomes, first year out the gate, right? 50 touchdowns, over 5,000 yards. Yeah. Has only thrown 40 or more once in the last 4 years. So I'm just saying, I'm not going to say he's going to be in the Super Bowl 3 out of every 5 years in his career. But they will be a dynasty, but not quite
Here's
yet.
my point, Wildes.
Yeah.
Because the Patriots, we look at it as one 20-year dynasty, but it's not.
I hear you.
It's 2 separate ones, right? It's the beginning and then the end. And I understand people are like, Brady won 3 in his first 5 years. But he also won 3 in his first 14 years. Brady, does anyone think it is at all possible that this guy only wins 1 more Super Bowl in the next decade? Do you think that's possible?
It doesn't seem possible. Now, I'll say that, and he's better than Aaron Rodgers, and he's better than Peyton Manning. But I don't think we would have ever thought after Rodgers won his first Super Bowl, he's never even getting to another one. Now, I don't expect it. I'm just saying.
I hate to do this, Broussard, because I want to be on your side because this is a lot.
This is the side of life.
But
I'm being logical.
I'm understated.
In this setting.
Thank you. The last bastion of my Patriots greatness, I was holding on to that dynasty.
Oh, were you?
For a long time. Remember, I was like, hey, it's a gap year. That didn't work out. We've been traveling Europe for a while now. It's more of a gap year. You're kind of out. I think the Chiefs are a dynasty.
There you go, Wild. What a take. What a great take.
They are. They're the team to beat. Whether or not the Patriots were winning a Super Bowl or not, we were the team. We were the face. We were America's
not those
team.
10 years.
We were still the team. Everybody knows we had the best quarterback, the best coach, and we were going to win.
You know how they kind of break up the NFL? There's pre-merger, post-merger.
Right.
There's also pre-free agency, post-free agency, things like that. No. I'm not going to say pre-Mahomes, post-Mahomes. Actually, now that I say it, it does seem pretty good.
It does work.
But that's not what I was going to say. I think we can't have the same dynastic math that you had in the 70s when there was no free agency. Even in the 80s when there was no free agency. And when you look at since Mahomes walked into the league, here are the Super Bowl champions and what they have done since then. The Patriots, Mahomes' first year as a starter, won a Super Bowl. Since then, 0 playoff wins. The Chiefs then won it, put a pin in them. The next year was the Bucs. Since then, 1 playoff win and the team is in shambles. Then the Rams missed the playoffs, win 5 or 6 games, don't even remember, and the team appears to maybe be in shambles. And then the Chiefs again. So in the context of the only other teams since this guy walked in the league that have won a Super Bowl have done it by going all in, mortgaging future flexibility, and the Chiefs went in the other direction and traded away Tyreek Hill and had 8 rookies playing significant Super Bowl minutes. It's impossible to see how they're not a dynasty to me.
I don't think they've won enough yet. 2 in 4 years is great. And I know you're counting conference championships and all that, but 2 Super Bowls in 4 years. Ben Roethlisberger did that in the early 2000s. That wasn't the 70s or 80s, and no one was thinking of them as a dynasty. Now, this is the 80s, and it's basketball. Do you consider Isaiah Thomas's Bad Boys a dynasty?
No, but that's because I actually think you need more in the NBA than in the NFL. Because in the NBA, we've seen 3-peats. In the NBA, we have teams. Right. There's only one franchise in the NFL that has 6 Super Bowl rings. There's multiple in the NBA that have 6+ championships. Hell, if you have 17.
Steelers and Patriots.
Steelers and Patriots, pardon me. And so, in my opinion, it's different math in the NBA. But you know what it sounds to me like, Wildes?
Okay, here we go. What?
It sounds like there's going to be, more bulletin board material for the underdog. Nobody believes in us Chiefs. And I must say, I was slightly disappointed with my dear friend Travis Kelce, who I will see at the parade on Wednesday, hopefully sporting matching Louis Vuitton jackets. I have to go try to find one of those. However, when he got on the podium and said, nobody picked us, the committee picked you.
That's true.
And we have an updated standings we can show you. Weeks atop the committee's tiers. It looks like the committee knew all along. And they were doubted. And the committee was called biased. The committee was called, there was allegations there wasn't a committee. It was just me. Now, while I was called, the most accurate sports pundit of 2022, I am not smart enough to do this alone. To be the only person. The GM of the Chiefs, the architect of that team, he did not doubt the committee. And you know what? The committee did warn you. Legendary team. That's Brett Beach, the architect of the team, FaceTiming me after the game, asking if the committee was around. Unfortunately, they were not. They're summering in Europe, so they're unable to be here. However, don't say no one warned you, Chiefs, because, Brew, you know who warned it. Go ahead, drop the banner. Nick's tears.
Oh, no.
Never a doubt. The committee warned you.
It was every week. It was, to his credit, Brew, it was every week, and we fought the committee.
Can I just ask you both a question? Yeah. Is the committee going to have to hear any more about eking out wins over the Broncos or going to overtime with the Texans?
Well, the Texans
do you guys think that maybe, just maybe, the Chiefs in the regular season do just enough to win so they can get to the playoffs and go perfect in the second half of the Super Bowl because they have stuff on tape that they haven't put on tape, I should say, that they can trick the other team with. We've been running a jet sweep on this all year. Now we're going to get 2 free touchdowns on it because Andy Reid paints his masterpiece in the second half. Do you think just possibly the Chiefs are playing a bigger game than the margin of victory game you guys were demanding all year?
That Colts loss, though.
See?
Well, I'm just saying, a bad loss to the Colts. Stop with the explosion.
No, it's only
that was aimed right at your face too.
The Chiefs, we probably should have been nicer to the Chiefs throughout the year, even though they did take the Texans to overtime and lost to the Colts.
But I'm gonna say this, the committee was with them all year. But Travis, we picked the Chiefs too.
Oh my!
Did we not pick the Chiefs?
Right.
We were there.
We picked the Chiefs last week. We came down. In fact, the Bud list.
Yeah. The Bud list.
The last 3 weeks, Patrick Mahomes has been number 1 on the Bud list. Travis, you gotta watch. And what do I end those with?
You believe
every time, Patrick. I believe in you. Right. And furthermore, just because Travis like I said, Cleveland homeboy.
Oh, exactly.
What did I say? The Monday morning headline would be Cleveland boys reign supreme.
I feel like you had a backup headline there. You know what, bro? Let's not focus on the past. Let's focus on the future.
We're with you, Travis.
Because I'm going to give you both a chance to, just go ahead and say it with me, because it'll roll off the tongue. Back-to-back Super Bowl champs. Go ahead.
Who?
Just say it with me.
You can start.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
I am going to say this. I am not going to make a pick right now that locks me in. I like to grind. I want to see the offseason moves.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see the new coaching staffs. I want to really dig into what happened this season. What went on with Buffalo? What went on with Cincinnati? What went on with the Eagles?
What if you had to?
No.
As a parlor
I will
game.
say I'm pretty sick and tired of betting against Patrick Mahomes.
Are you?
I will say that.
Well,
so I do think Nick, he wants to come out next year. He's like all the greats, right? You find motivation. And I think he wants to win back-to-back, so you can't say, I think he wants to start catching Peyton. Peyton's got the 5 MVPs. Now he's got 2. So I think he's going to be even more motivated than he was this year. So I like Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, but I'm not locking myself in.
Okay, well, fortunately, I will lock myself in. And Patrick Mahomes, the Super Bowl MVP, the league MVP, friend of the show, who I had a nice time exchanging a few messages with last night post-Super Bowl, he did make one request. And it was the same request he made on this show. And so if people didn't see it, I want to share the private messages. Can we hear from Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes, please?
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Keep the banners coming, too.
Oh, thank you. Good call. Thanks, Patrick.
Thanks, Patrick.
Oh, yeah. We can keep the banners coming. Drop it. We're calling it now. Back-to-back Super Bowl champs. Next year's locked in. You guys want one? You want one? You want one, bro?
How do you do it? I don't know how to do it. You got it.
How's it work? Turn it. How's it work?
You have to switch to the
Pretty good.
first. After the break.
Can a brother get some tea?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.